Welcome back to the page, guys. Mind Striker. Welcome back. It's good to see you.
An old favorite, trying to put on some new tricks. Will it work? Let's find out. Sky Striker profile. Welcome back.
So welcome back, guys. This is a profile that topped the locals a few weeks ago, and there has been so much that has shifted in those past 2 weeks, but I still wanted to touch on it and then kind of point out where I at least was taking it. The pure version, Mind Striker, welcome back, and it's good to see you. Let's get into it. I think RAYE speaks for herself, and many other things speak for themselves, but I wanted to start off by talking about the options that you could go with. First and foremost, I'm not playing Shark Cannon at all. I used to play 2 in old builds. When we have graveyard reliant formats, this card is absolutely phenomenal. But for right now, it's not actually any good, and it's not going to help anything. It's not going to help you get anywhere, and it's not going to break anything. And if you're planning on going first most of the time, you're going to be angry when you see this card. So it's kind of like the necessary cut at the moment. Obviously, you can still play one anywhere. I'll point it out when we get there, but I definitely had to talk about Shark Cannon and how frustrating it is in the pure version. From there, the runic build with Sky Striker is a whole lot of fun, and have at it with what you will. I got one coming soon, so make sure you look out for that. The profile itself, though, starting off, play 3 RAYE. Duh, you have to. Don't try to get cute with doing anything else but playing 3 RAYE. 1 rose. I'm not playing Desire, so you don't need 2 rows. You don't want to see rows like that anyway. And basically, the sub engine that I have isn't based on Desire, so you don't need to keep seeing the rows. I cannot say that enough times inside of a paragraph, but yeah. Triple Ash Blossom. Love it. Hate it. Still got to play it. Anti-Charmy. A lot more that you could talk about, but inside of this format, it's not going to be the most impactful, but it's still going to be impactful for you because you can play around the Charmies or just ask the Fualos if you feel like your hand can help get you a long way ahead of your opponent. A lot of cards in your hand. You want to set 5 and have 6 cards in hand. You're going to have to draw the Ash Blossom to protect yourself and then draw well with the rest of your hand. But Ash Blossom is Ash Blossom, and that's what it is with that. Droll, although it's weird, it's bad against like Yummy, it's still very good against a whole lot of other decks. So like these 2 will help you against stuff like Vanquish Soul matchup. You're going to want to have as many of these type of cards as you want. And I still feel like Droll is correct, at least for the time being, inside of the main. You can obviously just change these for like Fualos in the main. But then if you're planning on going first and you draw that dead card, you're not planning to drop it to pitch out of your hand, it's like, what are you doing? And then you have to like normal for, I just want to draw the Charmies when I know that I'm going second. That's what's been working for me. This has still been working. And this kind of helps keep a lot of engines, main engines off of the board, which was really important when you're going against stuff like, for example, Vanquish Soul. Locking them out of their engine. It's very important. I'm playing 3 Nib. For me, I feel like you have to have some kind of power card, some kind of threat card that can help kind of push your engine to either give you time to set up in case you brick, or just have extra insulation with the card like Nibiru, kind of sitting back behind everything with your card advantage. So just in case they feel like they can play into what you have, they can't because Nib drops down on them. It definitely comes up a lot where I felt like I still wanted to keep this in the main, but there's still a lot of stuff to fix. I feel like ahead of Magnificestorm, which is going to change this deck again, as well as just be a new deck in general. I feel like this card is really strong right now inside of Sky Striker. That's for the monster hand traps and pretty much getting into, and the monsters as well, getting into the wheels of the deck. Spells as fast as possible. Obviously you have stuff like Terraforming and the triple upstart. You can cut these and put Fualos right here in the main and put Bell in your side. I'm putting the Charmies in the side. So it's like this card just naturally bumps stuff, but I felt like you just need to spell until they die. You need to get your stuff going. And whenever you have 3 or more spells in your grave, you obviously have a heck of a lot more possibility of winning the game. So I definitely feel like these are necessary at the moment. That's just my opinion. It's just where I've been going with. And it's kind of the consistency of the deck. You obviously have to add in the Area 0, the target 4, the terraforming, and then obviously multi-roll. When you're planning on going first, when you're going second, you side these out. I side these out a lot when I'm going second because they're just not actually doing anything for you. And this is an easy 1, 2, 3 side out, as well as some of these other cards. So like when you know that you're going to have a tough hill to climb with some of these cards, you can mess around, mess with these, mess with your build, try to see what you can get as far as like breaking a board. And these aren't going to help you break a board. So like this is pretty much what I come to, but you also have to be careful because you do need some consistency. But I feel like helping your breakers going second are going to help you get there. So that's usually the siding pattern that I revolve around, but you can still like leave some of these in. I'll still, regardless, leave a Foolish Goods always in my deck because dumping the Limnus Gate is really, really important. Triple Engage, Triple Linkage is also the consistency of the deck. Being able to get into your engine, get into your Sky Strikers, it speaks for itself. It's self-explanatory. And obviously with the Evanescence looking Engage, Wake Me Up Inside, I feel like you have to have an ability in your deck that once you have 3 spells online, these are coming online. These are the actual problems of the deck. With that being said, you have the rest of the utility belt. You have Afterburner. I still believe in this card. It's really hard to land anymore. You'll side it out against like Vanquish Soul. If you cannot keep them off of stuff or the ability to tag out and leave the field, you're not going to land these like that. Or you're going to have to deal with a board of other meta decks where you're just going to struggle to be able to land the Afterburner like that. But if it does land, you're going to have your 3 spells online the moment that you do land it. So I really, really like that. Limnus Gate, a lot of people are playing 2, a lot of people are playing 1. I've been playing 2 forever, but it's just not, if your engine hasn't gotten going, it's not the most amazing board breaker. And when you do draw it, you want to impact the game. That's where I feel like 1 is actually correct, but you can justify playing 2 and it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Web Swing, AKA Widow Anchor, you can't say enough good things about it. It's a snatch steal. It negates a monster effect. It does a lot, and it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent to be able to keep fighting and keep fighting. A lot of these decks can keep fighting, but you have to be conservative with Widow Anchor and not just waste them on a whole lot of nothing. Called By and the Thrusts and Talents kind of round out those. For all the spells in the deck, there can be a justification for 3 thrusts. I don't want to keep seeing thrusts like that. I'm not playing the droplet to get out of my hand either. And I just want to, I see thrust, I activate some of my other engine, they try to stop something, thrust, grab Engage, go. Or grab Talents, look at their hand, then activate Engage, go. Once you've activated one of these, it's really, really high probability, if you have a lot of spells in your grave, that these are going to do a whole lot of work and round the game out. However, if you're trying to whittle your opponent down to nothing, which Sky Striker has to do over a long period of time, it's going to be tough sledding. That's just what this deck is. People aren't going to scoop when they are way behind and you have card advantage. It all depends on what the decks that you're seeing are, and there's a lot that I could fix still to this list, and we'll be fixing with this list, which is why we're going to come back to it. And then obviously Barrier for the traps, and I'm not playing Rhoda. If you notice, I'm not playing Rhoda. I have been infuriated by that card. When Droll was strong, Rhoda was getting me killed. Even now, Rhoda's still like getting me killed, and I don't struggle to see Ray. And you just don't with the new Link 2, you just don't. So I feel like this has been the justification for playing evenly. If you're not feeling that at all though, inside of the main deck, make this Rhoda. Just gonna call it what it is. It could also be like a Ghost Bell or something, but most of the time Ghost Bell is just outpaced. Yes, you wanna protect Ray. Yes, Bell does do that. Yes, Bell is really, really strong in this format, but it's still, so is evenly, and it has been the equalizer for me. So I'm still planning on going first. You can set up a really, really strong board, and if they fight through it, you can still evenly. So it's like, it's still a quintessential trap card. It's still gonna get the job done as a trap card. Wonderful card, really, really strong in this meta at the moment, so you can't say enough good things about it either. The Striker links, Hayate and Kaina, this is just my opinion. of 1 and 1. Don't need more than, you don't need like 2 Hayate. You don't need more than one kind of ever. And in Hayate, you just got to play it right and not burn up. But this is also why I could justify that with Rhoda. You don't even use this method of going to grab RAYE unless you're having to have a panic button kind of effect to dump. I don't foresee that. It's still a panic button. It's still a push for time, and this is also a time card as well. The triple Kagari grabs back Sky Striker cards. When your engine is on and you're starting to special Kagari and target some cards and then load these back up with your Limnus Gate and get farther into the game, quick link on your opponent's turn after you've added back your advantage. You're playing the advantage game, you're gonna win. Double Shizuku. I feel like ending, most of the time I go for, if I've already kind of went through the rest of my engine, you're then going for specific cards like Linkage in the end phase to be able to end on 0, which Shizuku can do, add if you don't have the quick play in the grave, then hit the 0, special the 0, and then search more and then be able to tag out on your opponent's turn. So you have a lot of good things that you can do. Obviously, you won't be able to do a lot of these if you are getting Fuwalos on your first turn, but if you're not, or you can ash it, or you can conserve your ash for just that interaction and beat them with the advantage, you're in good shape, just my opinion. Double Zeke, 2 comes up a lot. It still comes up. There's some mashup builds where you kind of cut this, or you mix in Sky Striker into other stuff. You don't play it at all, obviously. But in this specific scenario, in the pure version, 2 is still really, really good. Helps break boards. Using Limnus Gate to quick link on their turn to then banish something, to then advantage back into your turn, is coming back to you. This card is just phenomenal. That's why I'm playing 2. This is me. This is my opinion. Little Knight is still necessary just because it can help with the advantage game of whittling your opponent down to something, and you got to have something to just banish and get rid of a problem that you necessarily will have. Gorgon has been a lot of fun for me. Inside of Sky Striker, this is a hilarious card. It only takes 2 effect monsters, and then essentially, just in case you don't remember what it does, it says you cannot summon or set monsters to a zone this card points to. That's bad for your opponent. And their activated effects are negated. When you're nibbing them, which is why I'm playing Nib in the main deck, and then you're essentially getting to point it, you're not going to get to gain that attack because it says original attack and you can't gain question mark. You can really control the game, and then if he's not pointing at anybody, essentially, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to sit, and then you can basically use it to kind of stall on a little bit and then draw linkage anyway. So I really like this card. I like it as a Sky Striker utility belt type of card. I would highly recommend it, but that's just my opinion. You can play Selene right here. If you're planning on playing something like Valor, you can play Selene or something, some other Link 3, maybe even a Unicorn, who knows? But I feel like this has been getting the job done. It's been really, really hilarious because people don't know how to deal with it. It's kind of like the Mech Knight Link. Access Code Talker, you don't need Access Code Talker. You can't cut Access Code Talker and just play the advantage game, the resource game. But I feel like if you can get your links all into the grave, you can link up into this and you can end the game, and then linkage after this, you can push for a whole lot of damage, which is like blow up your board, 43, linkage, special game. And especially if you special Kagari and put the linkage back in your hand, that's a lot of pressure on your opponent when the field is open. So these have their niche scenarios. I like them. And then the last card, obviously, is Baguska. You can go into the line. I use it as like, oh my goodness. Oh, I got hit with a specific hand trap. I did get shifted the other day, and I actually ended up doing okay with this. I ended up losing the 0, but in that, I think I was playing against Flu, which yes, I also have a Flu profile coming up very, very soon. But for this, I needed to have Baguska, and they had a really bad hand outside of that, because that's still kind of what playing Flu is like. And Baguska, the Baguska play, which is obviously the special the Ray and the Rose and then overlay into this, and then put in your extra monsters on, is very, very key. The side, I'm still kind of in between some stuff. I am siding Bell online. I played in an online tournament, didn't do very well with this specific build. I haven't played this specific one. I was playing Bell somewhere, and I think it wasn't with the upstarts. And that's why I feel like Upstart is key, actually. It sounds crazy, but like I just want to see Upstart. I don't want to see Bell and a whole lot of cars to try to stop what my opponent's doing. Sky Striker needs to do its own thing. This is how my side has been working when it does work. So this is what I've been going with. It looks weird. It's a lot of going second cards, but it gets the job done because Droplet is kind of irrelevant to the dice roll, the coin flip, so to speak. But you have to have power destruction cards, and these just cook yummy, absolutely. And then the Charmies to make them into a half board. So when you know that you're going second, you know they're playing a deck where they don't want to go. You know, you're playing against some really powerful stuff. I feel like most of those K9 guys, they want to like still go first ahead of you. Yummy, they may tell you to go first, but if